Hi guys, and welcome to Excel VBA tutorial of how to create a weekly attendance monitoring system. Okay, let me show you guys how this works. We have the details of individual there, and we can maybe change this to a day and the month and so on. And here, just change the date if you want, or week beginning. As you know, the week is beginning on the 11th or whatever. So just enter whatever you want to enter in there. And we also have the reset. You can reset it all. Select maybe Patel, enter week beginning. Oh, let's go for today anyway. And if you want to change this around, the choice is yours. Okay, but for each column is arranged according to each column. So let's assume your arrival time is this, and the departure time for Monday is this. Supposing you arrive in the afternoon, so that's supposed to be AM, PM, so and so on, guys. Yeah, so the other thing is that you can do is you can print. You've seen how to reset, you just need to click on reset. Okay, you can print. You also have to display the months. So if you want to print, just click on print. There's a print. It gives you the, if you have a printer attached to your system, it will print right away. So we can just call a Patel document. So this document is for Mr. Patel, my good friend, and just click on that, click on save there, and it will open up. There we go. So I didn't complete that. You can always complete that yourself when you watch the tutorial. Now the next thing you can do is you can click on save and just add the whole lot straight onto the worksheet. There, I've just added it to the worksheet. So let me show you guys the worksheet, then we go ahead into the whole system. Let's open up the worksheet. There we go. That's it. It's added straight onto the worksheet. Now, let's run it one more time. Click on run. So for this very tutorial, there was supposed to be, you can always add a picture. This space here is for picture, which I did not add. So you can always add that. That's easy to do. All right, so I'm going to take you guys straight to the worksheet now, or to Excel development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. And welcome back to Excel development environment. I'm going to click on create a blank page, and there we go. Then you select developer tab. If you don't have a developer tab, all you need to do is to go straight to file and select options. Inside the options, come into customize ribbon right here, and make sure the developer tab is checked right there. It should be checked, and you then click on OK. Then you'll be able to see your developer menu up here. Select it and you click on Visual Basic. There we go. So the next thing you now want to do is to click on Insert. Inside the Insert, select Userform. Now you define the size of your form. I'm going to make that form the height. Come in here, you see the properties. If you don't have your properties, it will be right up here. Okay, select the properties, and in there I'm just going to make the height of that form right here. I'm going to make it about 788. That might be too much, but that's okay. Then the width, I'm going to make the width about 1440. So let me just run that and see how it looks like. Then I take it from there. Oh, okay, I think that we do. That is fine. Now the next thing we now want to do is we just need a label. Grab a label, dump it there. Then I need a text box. I think that, no, that's a command button. I don't need that yet, but I might as well just grab hold of frame and get rid of the name of that frame, get rid of the caption, and in there I'm now going to add a button. It's called command button here. So I'm going to add about 4 of those. Then we come back and get it modified. Okay, I have all my buttons in place now. Now I need ComboBox. There we go. We have on ComboBox here. I'm going to need a couple of those. We have one here and okay, we have one here and we need some right underneath here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5. Okay, there we go. Then we need TextBox. That is it. TextBox. And this very TextBox, I'm going to need 10 across. We have 2. We have 4 and 6. We have 8 and 12 and 10. Then I need another 10 across. There we go. Just like that. Okay, guys. And let's see. Let's select it all to speed up things. And just drag it across. And so on, guys. Alright, that's good. So we now need some labels on top. Let's move all of these up. There. And here we need some labels. Select that very labels, bring it here. Click and drag. And that label, I'm going to change the font size of that very label too. So we just make that 18 bold. That's fine. There we go. That's my label there. Now, see the appearance of that label. Let's come into here. I think this style, border style, single. There we go. And in there, on the caption, I'm just going to enter arrive. Let's say arrival time. There we go. So I can then copy it across and I'll change the others. So let's say this one is going to be departure time. Yeah, that's correct. There. Okay, we can now copy this across. We have that here and copy again and so on and so forth. There we go. All right, looking good. Now, underneath here, we need as follows. So I'm going to have to reduce this. Need it to fill up to just like that. Okay, this is going to be Monday. And let's get rid of I'm now going to get rid of the border on it. There we go. And now I'm going to just copy it across. Hold on to that. That's going to be for Tuesday and so on. Copy again. We have Wednesday here. I think maybe we should make it uppercase. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to change that to uppercase. Yeah, why not? Change it to uppercase. I may have to speed that up. Then I'm going to have to make room for it a little bit. And we have to move this aside. Tuesday, do the same thing for Tuesday. Thursday and Friday, just drag this, dump it there. Okay, you see up here, we need this. So I'm going to just speed up the whole development of the interface For the title, I'm going to change that to, let's go for something much more pronounced. We can make that maybe about 48. And I'll just change that to weekly attendance or something like that. Let's say in a weekly, okay, weekly attendance taken care of. Just drag it that much. All right, so what I'm just going to do now is just rearrange the whole lot properly, select it all, and just bring it right down. I'll get back to you guys. Smooth this down a little bit. All right, guys, that is it all done, and this is how it's looking now. So I'm going to run it. But first of all, let's correct this. Okay, let's run it and see how that looks like. This is how it's looking right now. Okay, and there's nothing happening. Nothing so far. All right, so what we want to do now is I want to be able to click on any of these text box and enter some details in there. But first of all, let me add a picture box there. So let's come right into the toolbox here, grab all of the picture box and just drag it here. And right there, that's my picture. Yeah, that would do. I just need to show the name of the individual. Okay, so now, first of all, let's add the name of our individual here. You see this very one here? Okay, and I've also select a name. All you just need to do is to go straight to the text box and say select a name. That's it, and the value. Okay, so I'm going to double click on it. Now, as you can see, I called it Command R tag. Okay, but I'm not going to do anything with these events. The event that I need is going to be the form load event. Let's look for form. Or you can always just double click on your form. Okay, I think we should do that. Double click on the form itself. That is it right there. But I don't want to use the event click. I want to use form initialize. So let's come in here. You see we have initialize in there. And that is it. So I'm just going to say cmd rage dot. I just want you to add the following. There we go. So what we're adding a name. We can just say the name is Paul. There we go. That's it. Done. So all they need to do is just to copy, paste, and change the names around. Whatever you want to enter. I think that would do. Maybe the next one is Peter. And here we want to add Alan. And here we go for Ali. Here maybe Patel. Here let's go for Sam or Sammy. And here we go for maybe Grace or whatever. Then let's enter Miriam here. Miriam. Okay. And underneath, let's enter another female name. We can call that Fatin. Fatin. There we go. So if I run it now, there, that's all you will see. Okay. Now let's do one thing. You see the select month. We'll now want to enter the month as well. Okay, instead of me just say select month, select name, let's get rid of it. There's no point for that. I'm going to get rid of it because there's an indicator telling you what to put in there anyway. There we go. And here, I'm going to get rid of that as well. There is no point. There we go. Now, the months. So grab hold of that. CMD months is called. So I'm going to double click on the form again. Using form initialize, paste that in there. We want it to add. What do you want it to add? We want it to add the months. There we go. The first month is going to be January. There. So I'm just going to copy and dump it there. I need 12 of those. We need 11 now. I think that will do it now. I'll paste this here and just change that around. Okay guys, I'll finish up with that. So the next thing that I want to do now is, let's go back to the form here. So I'm going to select this combo box and let's change the name of that combo box to CMD. Let's say week beginning 1. There. So I'm going to copy that and just repeat the same thing for the others. Copy. And this one is going to be week beginning 2, and so on. We're going to repeat the same thing for the others and get back to you guys shortly. Okay, all done. So now I'm going to double click on the form again. You see right inside this form load again, I'm going to declare the following variable that I will use to populate the combo box, and let it be week beginning. So let's say dim end of date as date. Let's take this one. Let's go down so that you guys can see it. Now the next thing is I'm going to declare current date as well. Dim. So dim means declare current date. That is going to be as date as well. There. Then I will also, let's say start dates. I'm going to declare that as well. Let's say start dates. And that's going to be date as well. Copy this, paste it underneath here, and this one I can just change this to start date and end date. There we go. So I have the dates that I need. So I'm going to say start date is going to be equals date. Paste that there. That will be equals date. Now, end date itself, we just want to add 7 to the end date. So end date, that will be equals day plus 360. So that way adjust the number of the data needed. Now let's use a loop here. Then I'll come down here and say loop through the date and add them to the combo box. So let's say current date. Current date. That is going to be equal start date. Paste. And just going to do while current date. Grab hold of my current date. Copy, just paste that in here. Do while current date is less than and equals to start date. I want you to do as follows. So it's going to be the name of my, first of all, let's just ask it to loop. I need the name of my component that is known as, okay, that is called me dot cmd week beginning. Let's go for the week beginning 1. Week beginning 1 dot add item, and the item that I'm going to add in here is going to be the current date. Copy that, comma, I now want to specify the format of my date. Let's say date, month, and year. Close that. Okay, so I will now say current date. This very one. Let's grab a hold of that. Current date. That is going to be, or we should have a format here. It needs to be formatted here. Format. Okay, that's fine. So current date, that is going to be equals add my date add. Let's enter speech, comma 7. So that's going to be interval 7, comma current date. There. Okay, so I'm going to try that out now. Okay, let's just have a good look at that. So let's try it. All right, I'm going to click on run. Drop this down. There we go. So I can always specify the start dates, like today is 11. That's week beginning 11. And I just click on this to get the time. All right, so let's go back in there. Now I want to repeat the same thing for the order. So all I just need to do, back in the code, I'm going to come in here. All I just need to do, I'm going to copy this. That is the combo box. Let's paste and paste. I have 5 of those. So this is number 2. We have 3, 4, and 5. There. So let's run it. There we go. Look at that, guys. So that's reduced the amount of codes. All right, that is fine. That's taken care of. Now, what about this? We need to take care of. We have the names already. We have dates. So now let's take care of this. When I click on this, I want it to display the time. Okay, well, first of all, we need to give them all a name. Okay, back in here, I'm going to start with this very one. So the default name is a text box. So I'm going to change that to txt arrival M1. So the M stands for Monday. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing for the orders because in total I have 100. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. Okay, we now have all the names on board. So this one is TXT arrival M1. This is TXT departure A M1 and so on. All right, I'm going to double click on this one now, this very first one. So what I just want to achieve is to be able to add the time. So double click on that. Now come right here. You see where we have the chain text. I want it to be mouse down. So I'm going to change the events. Come right here and look for mouse down. There we go. And inside the mouse down, as you can see, we have all of the argument in there. Okay. Right in there, all I just need to do is arrival M1, copy this, arrival M1 dot value equals time. Time is a built-in method in VBA. So that's it. That one is done. I'm going to have to repeat the same thing for the others. Look, when I click on this, look at that. Okay, it's 4:57. So I want to be able to repeat the same thing for departure, time I arrived and the time I departed on this very day. Okay, so let's come down here, double click on this, and we want to repeat the same thing, change the method. Okay, I'm going to change that to mouse down, mouse down. There we go, look at that. So I'm just gonna copy this name, paste it down there. Dot value equals time. Enter parentheses. That is it done. Now run. Click. That is my arrival time. There, that is my departure time. Okay, so let's repeat the same thing for the others. I'm going to speed that up. In total, I have 100. Okay, guys, I've taken care of each of the components. So let me show you guys the code. There we go. Right there. That's for all of the arrivals on top. And the next line, all of the arrivals. We have arrivals there. Very simple. It's just name dot value dot time. Then the same thing applies to the departures. There we go. So let's run it. It's the same lines of code, so it's not difficult. Click on run. There we go. Look at that, guys. You see that? So the same thing all the way. Okay, that's fine. So all of these, the difficult ones are all taken care of. So now let's take care of exit, reset, and so on. Those are a little bit simple. This will demand a lot of coding as well. Okay,